Yeah.
Well done.
We decided to experiment with the game of pool. Particularly, our central question was, how do various techniques, specifically sighting, bridging, and pre-shot routines in the game of pool, affect playing ability? We did this through running a 2 to the K experiment using a design experience setup, where we had 3 different factors and decided to test 30 different players, each performing 8 trials.
The experimental design is measuring how many hits it takes to pot all 3 balls. To keep the design of our experiment constant, we have a sophisticated system of racking our 3 balls every time. Additionally, we have a piece of tape for where to put the cue ball. Our first variable that we were measuring was the effects of doing a pre-shot ritual. Here we're showing the umbala. Our next variable we tested for significance was closing one eye, and we did that by putting a makeshift eye patch over the dominant hand of the shooter. Our final variable we tested for significance is open or closed grip. Here you can see an open grip, and next we'll show a closed grip. It all depends on your pointer finger. So next we had to decide which would be negative and which would be positive for each variable. So we decided that negative would be no ritual, and positive would be a ritual. Next, we had to decide for both eyes open or one eye open. We decided that positive would be one eye open and negative would be both eyes open. For bridging style, we decided that open would be positive and closed would be negative. To decide what order people would shoot in and what factors they would do each time, we used a random number generator as to limit the amount of error caused by the warm-up period.
Surprisingly, we were able to get 30 test subjects to come into our basement and play pool.
Not all of our answers were entirely truthful.
How good are you?
Beginner.
He is a pro.
Okay, you can't say pro because pro implies that it's like your profession, right? I don't do this for work.
Before playing pool, we had each participant go through a series of pre-screening questions.
So what is your name?
Gideon,
Corey,
Julia,
Christian, I think.
Cody, Ryan, Elijah, Thomas, Shady, Luke, Danner,
Why?
Ben.
How old are you?
20,
23.
20.
20, 21, 22,
21.
21,
20.
43.
What is your gender?
Female.
Male.
Male, I think. Male.
Female.
Male. Male.
Male.
Male.
Male.
Male.
Male.
Male.
What is your major?
Mechanical. Faculty.
Mechanical.
Mechanical.
Business.
Mechanical.
Mechanical. Mechanical.
Mechanical. Cinematic arts.
Business. Civil.
Mechanical.
Professor.
In this pocket, you can see the table for the main effects. If you do a ritual, it adds 0.19 strokes. If you close one eye, it adds 0.49 strokes. And if you do an open bridge, it actually improves your strokes by 0.01 strokes. In this pocket, you can see the table for interactions. So for ritual and eyes, it adds 0.08 strokes. For ritual and bridge, it subtracts 0.53 strokes. For bridge and eyes, it subtracts 0.06 strokes. And for all of them, it adds 0.06 strokes. You can see the results from our 2-sample t-tests that we did for all 3 factors, which were the ritual, the number of closed eyes, and the bridge style. We could say with 36% confidence that there is a difference in the data for ritual on and off. We can say with 69% confidence that there's a difference between eyes on and eyes off. We can tell with 4% difference that there's a difference between closed bridge and open bridge.
Here you can visually see through a cube plot how the different factors affect playing ability in pool. A higher number means it takes more shots. while a lower number is less shots. One eye open, pre-shot ritual, and a closed bridge style is the worst, while the best is both eyes open, no pre-shot ritual, and a closed bridging style. Here, the most obvious thing you can see is that having both eyes open helps you pot all the balls in less shots.
We tried to aggregate the data to find new trends, but no aggregate produced significant results for the original 3 factors in a 2 to the K test. Plus, the sample size was much less. However, we can garner some conclusions. For gender, on average, males had better scores than females, but this was a small sample size. For career, on average, professors were the best, then civil engineers, then business, and then mechanical engineering. For experience, on average, people who said they were better were better. Preferred bridge style, people who prefer open bridge grip are better on average than closed.
In general, people got better as they got older, with one exception.
So, Kanan, was our experiment a success?
Yeah, marginally. We were able to make a few useful conclusions. We can conclude that closed/open bridging creates no difference in one's pool ability with a 96% confidence level. Additionally, 2 eyes open had the greatest positive effect of everything tested with a 69% confidence level. However, we could have done some things differently. The scratch mechanic could be fixed. Before each test, we told the subject that scratching added 1 stroke. Consequently, the bad players had a significantly higher score, aka scratching more made your score worse, which did not clearly correlate the skill and probably skew data. Another way to fix our inconsistencies in testing could be to give a warm-up round to each player, as well as collecting more trials among a varied population with more experienced players.
So, what would you say is your least favorite and most favorite of the factors that we tested today?
Least favorite is 1 eye. Most favorite is 2 eye with scratches.
The one I like the best, pregame with the closed bridge. I think the one I hated the most was the eye patch.
I didn't like having an eye patch on. Now you want my favorite thing? Open bridge.
My least favorite was putting on the eye patch, and my favorite was having the eye patch off.
My most favorite was the kick. My least favorite, probably the closed. I don't like closed.
Do I have to be serious or can I